Kaspa faithfuls, I want to have a brutally honest conversation with all of you today. There's been talks, FUD, not FUD. Is Kaspa going to fail to make a new all-time high? It ran from 2 cents to 20 cents, a cent to 20 cents. For this cycle, is Kaspa dead? We're starting to hear a lot of that. It's bad news for Kaspa that it can't break above that 12-cent level and keep going up. We've seen BNB make new all-time highs. Solana's rallied. XRP has rallied. Cardano's kind of rallied. Where is Kaspa for this cycle? And so I just want to have that conversation with you today. Let's start with where Kaspa is on the market cap list. It has slipped all the way down to number 53 with a 2 billion market cap, currently sitting at a little over 7.5 cents. Fairly low trading volume relative to what we've seen from Kaspa, obviously as the price was rallying. But even when the price wasn't rallying, we would see this closer to 100 million. Now, this is not some crazy red flag. Oh my God, sell all your Kaspa. No, I'm just making an observation, okay? I'm also going to kind of be given a updated price prediction. You know, I was very, very bullish on, I think I had like $2 price targets. That has changed, and I'll tell you exactly why. And then you look at things like, well, and we'll get to a chart here in a second, okay? Then you look at, a website like cas.fyi. So up until this point, there was no smart contracts, right? You had a token standard where people were launching tokens, but there was a smart contract. Now we have the smart contracts via Casplex. But I want you to look at, and the information I'm giving you, keep everything in context, right? This just launched. The token standard is fairly new. Kaspa itself, to the wide crypto audience, is fairly new, okay? So just keep that in mind as I go through and I share some of these. You look at these transactions, and they're pulling in around 24 transactions per second, which is not horrible, but it's not the greatest either, right? And you take a look at, it has you broken down by just regular transactions. The orange/red are your KRC, your token standard transactions. And in the green is going to be your smart contract transactions. And there's just, smart contracts just got here. There's really nothing built out like an ecosystem like a Solana or Cardano, and for obvious reasons. Hasn't been around a while, which is why I believe Kaspa needs one more full cycle, okay? With Kaspa, and this is just when I have a conversation with the viewer on the other end. Look at projects like, Kaspa, we always compare it to like the silver to Bitcoin's gold, right? Well, how long did it take Bitcoin to get the liquidity it had and to see those massive rallies and to get the adoption? Part of the reason is, well, Founders Anonymous, there was no VC funding. It was fair mined, right? Minted. No one to pay for exchange listings. Just people who slowly caught on over the years that ultimately threw the project on their shoulders and decided to help build this thing out. Well, if you compare certain parts to Bitcoin, I think that's one important one as well. So when we look at a project like Kaspa, it's seen great success. It's come a long way. It's a proof of work, 10 blocks per second, which is like 1,000x. I know my math is off, which is like 1,000x of what Bitcoin can do. And so getting people to wrap their mind around Bitcoin, but you can do things on it, I think it's going to take a little more time, not to mention giving the ecosystem time to grow and flourish. And I'm sorry to say, but if people are looking for Kaspa to 10, 20x this cycle, I don't think it's going to happen. And another crypto to kind of compare Kaspa to is something like Cardano. Again, no VC funding, fair launch. They don't pay for listings. And how long did it take for Cardano to get that mass adoption, to run to that 80, 90, 100 billion market cap? And so I think if you are a Kaspa fan and you have the patience to wait it out one more cycle, I know that sounds brutal, but with the new market conditions we're in, cycles instead of 4-year cycles could be 2-year cycles, could be 1-year cycles, could be mini cycles, who knows? But we need to give Kaspa time for dApps to be built, for users to come on board, for institutions to potentially start using it. and for the network to really grow and flourish. And so if people have that patience, they will be rewarded. If you're looking for a 20x from Kaspa this cycle, I think you're better off just selling your coins, forgetting about it, and just stop being upset with it. So that's kind of my thoughts. We'll get into the charts and the price prediction. I do want to give a big shout out to GF Burke, who sent me this beautiful Kaspa minted coin. A little digital zoom here. So it's got the beautiful backwards K on there. He gave me the breakdown of the metals. It's like iron and palladium. I was like, come on, bro, you couldn't do silver? Just kidding. This is great. So big shout out. Thank you, Kaspa community. You guys have sent us some cool stuff. You sent us this, sent us some keychains. There's also a light that was sent to us as well. So shout out to you guys. And then also want to give a big shout out to Revolution Mining. Obviously, those of you that are Kaspa fans, proof of work, mining, you're mining fans. If you're looking to make some money mining, you can do so with Revolution. They're a US-based company, and they host everything for you. And you can get power at just 0.052 kilowatts per hour. They have their hydro bundles. There's information in the description. If you want to earn some mining rewards, check them out. Now let's talk about price action, where we are, what we've seen from other alts, and why Kaspa hasn't really followed suit. So a lot of alts, and in fact, let's double up this tab and let's pull up, I believe it was let's look at an XLM chart on the weekly, okay? And we'll just go ahead and hide. So we're looking at Kaspa and XLM. And it's not just Kaspa and XLM, but you're seeing this pattern in a lot of different altcoins, Chainlink, Hedera. And the pattern is the following. You come in, big downtrend, you create a bottom, you fail to take out the high, you create a double bottom, big rally, right? Your W pattern going into a bull flag, as you can see here. And then ultimately a break to the upside. Now this targeted move would bring XLM up to over 68 cents, close to 70 cents. Again, seen it on Hedera, on Chainlink, on a bunch of other ones. Well, Kaspa, we take a look. Kaspa had that initial drawdown, put in a bottom, right? Had that failed attempted new higher high, double bottom, and we never got the bull flag. And this is on the weekly. We never got this. Let me grab my handy dandy tool. We never got this. We kind of got a bear flag that ultimately kind of got overextended, and now is just kind of trailing down on decreasing volume. And so when you look at things like Market Cipher B, we've been in the money flow. We've been in negative money flow since the beginning of the year. Not good. VWAP has been below our zero line for a majority, again, of the year. Sans maybe 4 or 5 weeks. And so from a technical standpoint, price action is not looking like what the other altcoins are looking like. And so you sit here and you wonder, what does that mean? Does that mean Kaspa is dead? Absolutely not. If you're only measuring success of a project based on price action, I think you might be in the wrong industry. I think you might be in the wrong, just in general, investing, right? You don't just look at price action. Sure, it's part of it. But I think more importantly, you look at, forward looking, and you extrapolate out what the potential thesis and use case of a certain company, or in this case, a cryptocurrency project, can have. And if you do fundamental analysis, you decide, is this going to be valuable a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And I think if you're watching this video, I think the clear answer to that is yes. To me, it is also yes. But I fear that this cycle, Kaspa might not get back to 20 cents. And to me, that is okay. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because I understood when I put my money in a Kaspa, I put it into my long-term bucket plays. This is where all my Chainlink lives. This is where my Cardano lives. These are projects that might not have the adoption now, that might not have the bullish sentiment now, that might not have the massive ecosystem now, but I believe in the vision, I believe in the roadmap, and I believe in the community and the team behind it that's pushing it forward. And that is exactly where I find Kaspa. So to me, as I sit here and I think worst case scenario, Kaspa gets back to 12 cents. Would I be okay? I would absolutely be okay. So for those of you that have a long-term time horizon, you're going to do great. You're going to be great, but just be prepared. It's not looking like Kaspa is going to make a new all-time high this cycle. And to me, that's okay. And for you watching, we hope that's okay as well. This is no shot against Kaspa. This is no shot against the community. This is not taking away anything they've done or they're doing. It's just a matter of fact and reality. No VC money, no gasoline for the fire. It's going to take a little longer. You're going to have to sit there and take that stick and the rock, try to get those embers in there, right? The flames. You do it, it grows bigger and it comes down. And so the idea is natural growth, organic growth takes time. But guess what? Those are the projects that stay around the longest. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Might not be what you wanted to hear, but hey, I'm sharing my opinion. I could be completely wrong and Kaspa still goes to $1 and $2, which in case I'll be very happy as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm very curious and I'll pick 2 or 3 and I'll share them on the live show. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, ping your notification bell on, and we'll see you next time. Peace.